Hey guys, what's up? Chris here for BeerGeekNation.com, and today we are looking at an absolutely massive beer from Jack's Abbey Brewing out of Massachusetts. This is the Ness Monster, an Imperial Baltic Porter aged in bourbon barrels, coming in at 15% alcohol by volume. Basically what they did is they took their framing hammer, which is a 10% Imperial Baltic Porter, I guess you call it Imperial Baltic Porter. They made a bigger version of that by using wort runoff instead of water in a second mash, and then aged it in previously used bourbon barrels that were used to produce bourbon barrel aged framing hammers. So a lot going on this one. Massive beer. Got to give a big thanks to Jeff for hooking me up with this one. Would not be able to get it without his help because it is very, very limited. Basically Massachusetts only from what I understand. So let me get this massive beer into a glass so you guys know it smells, tastes, and give the final verdict on the Jack's Abbey's Ness Monster. All right, guys, the aroma on the Ness Monster. Oh, wow, a lot going on in this one. Chocolate, coffee, bourbon, whiskey, oak, a little bit of smokiness, some dark fruits, tons of caramel, tons of coffee. Wow, it smells like a monster beer. All right, guys, the taste on the Ness Monster. Cheers. Wow. Yeah, that's a big beer. Wow, tons of bourbon right at the front, toasted coconut, kind of that whiskey burn in there, oakiness. Lots of vanilla. Wow, vanilla really starting to come out. Middle of the mouth, coffee, chocolate. A very big dark fruit component. I'm getting a lot of a fig, kind of fruity characteristic in there. A little bit of a subtle kind of lingering coffee as well. Usually the coffee hits and goes away. That coffee's kind of lingering, and they aren't using any coffee in this one. It's all the malt characteristic. More vanilla, toasted coconut, a little bit of a smoky, a sweet kind of applewood smokiness in there as well. Very subtle from the barrel. Sweet in the aftertaste, more dark fruits, more chocolate. The coffee kind of went away in the back, but I'm getting more of the vanilla from the bourbon barrel in there. 15%, you definitely feel the heat. You definitely get some of the alcohol sweetness in there, but it's not overwhelming at all. But it is definitely a big beer, definitely a sipping beer, and definitely a beer you want to let get to proper temperature as well. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the Jack's Abbey Ness Monster. Very limited ability. You may be able to find it still. It was released in October, so hopefully you can still find it. Guys, this one's getting an A. It's an absolutely crazy thing what Jack's Abbey is doing with lager strains of yeast and all lagers in general. That's all they brew is lagers. This is a true Baltic Porter to its name, not so much to the style because of the ABV, but I don't know how they're getting the lager yeast to do what they do, up to 15%. The barrel just makes this one just pop. It's an awesome base beer. If you've never had Framing Hammer, do yourself a favor and get that beer for sure. To see like an amped up version of that with that bourbon barrel characteristic really coming through, that 15% just pulls the flavor out of the barrels. It's awesome. It's very, very well balanced. It is a big beer. You definitely taste the booze, but it's 15%, so what would you expect? So getting an A for me, and remember folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.